Crisis of leadership. In the world of Westeros, the Targaryen dynasty's downfall is a cautionary tale of the crisis of leadership. The once mighty House of the Dragon, built on a legacy of dragonfire and conquest, crumbled under the weight of internal power struggles, corruption, and poor decision-making. The seeds of destruction were sown when King Viserys, desperate to secure the Iron Throne, made a pact with the powerful and cunning Lord Corlys Velaryon. This Faustian bargain would ultimately lead to the downfall of the Targaryen dynasty, as Viserys' own family members turned against him. The crisis of leadership in House Targaryen was not just a matter of individual failures, but a systemic issue. The Targaryens, once a proud and noble family, had become complacent and arrogant, believing themselves above the law and the consequences of their actions. As the great historian, George R. Martin, so astutely observed, when you play the game of Thrones, you win or you die. The Targaryens, however, played the game with a reckless abandon, ignoring the warning signs and the counsel of wise advisers. The consequences of this crisis of leadership were catastrophic. The Targaryen dynasty was torn apart by infighting, and the realm was plunged into chaos and civil war. The very fabric of Westeros was torn asunder, and the people suffered greatly. What can we learn from the tragic tale of House Targaryen? How can we apply these lessons to our own world, where the stakes are just as high, but the consequences of failure are just as real? First and foremost, good governance requires accountability. Leaders must be willing to listen to criticism, to take advice from those who know better, and to be held accountable for their actions. The Targaryens, on the other hand, were notorious for their hubris and their refusal to listen to reason. Secondly, good governance requires a commitment to the greater good. Leaders must put the needs of the people above their own personal interests and be willing to make difficult decisions for the benefit of all. The Targaryens, however, were consumed by their own ambition and their desire for power. Finally, good governance requires a willingness to adapt and evolve. The Targaryens, stuck in their ways and their traditions, were unable to adapt to the changing circumstances of the Seven Kingdoms. They were unable to see the writing on the wall, and they paid the ultimate price. As we navigate our own world, where the challenges are just as great and the stakes are just as high, let us remember the lessons of House Targaryen. Let us strive for good governance, accountability, and a commitment to the greater good. Let us be willing to listen, to adapt, and to put the needs of the people above our own personal interests. For, in the end, it is not the strongest or the most powerful who will prevail, but those who are wise, just, and willing to lead with integrity.